I found the letter my mom wrote to my future kids and finally forgave her. When I was 16, I told my mom I hated her. And the worst part, she died before I could take it back. That sentence has lived rent-free in my chest for over 15 years. It was the last thing I ever said to her. The last words before cancer took away the woman who raised me alone. I used to replay that night like a movie I couldn't pause. I'd see her sitting on the couch, pale but smiling, trying to convince me to stay home for dinner. And me, a bratty teenager, full of anger I didn't understand, throwing words that cut sharper than knives. You only care about controlling me. I hate you. She didn't even argue. She just nodded and whispered, okay, honey. That was the last time I saw her awake. I carried that guilt like a shadow through college, my wedding, even into motherhood. I never talked about her much. I couldn't. Until one afternoon, cleaning out old boxes in my attic, I found a small envelope wedged between dusty photo albums. It had my name on it, written in her soft, looping handwriting. My heart froze. It wasn't addressed to me, though. The top said, for my daughter's future children. I sat there staring at it, my fingers trembling. For a long time, I couldn't open it. It felt like touching something sacred, like her voice might vanish if I did. But curiosity, or maybe longing, won. The letter was 3 pages long, written in blue ink that had faded slightly over time. If you're reading this, she began, it means my baby grew up. And she has babies of her own. I felt my throat tighten. I don't know if she talks about me much. I hope she does. But if she doesn't, I want you to know something about your grandma. I could almost hear her voice, gentle, careful, trying not to cry through every word. Your mom was the brightest part of my life, but she also carried my fears. I didn't want her to make my mistakes, so sometimes I pushed too hard. I thought control meant love. I was wrong. I stopped reading. My eyes blurred. All those arguments. The curfews. The shouting matches about boys, grades, my future. I'd always seen them as punishment, but she'd seen them as protection. If your mom ever told you stories about how strict I was, the letter continued, tell her this. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to show love without fear. I was scared she'd grow up and realize I wasn't enough. That line broke me. I could barely breathe. My hands shook as I reached the last paragraph. I hope your mom forgave me. I hope she knows I was proud of her every single day. And if she hasn't forgiven me yet, tell her I understand. Some things take time, even love. I sat there for hours crying over paper that smelled faintly of lavender, her favorite scent. It felt like she'd written it not for my children, but for me, as if she somehow knew I'd need her voice again someday. That night, I tucked my daughter into bed and held her a little longer than usual. She looked up and asked, Mommy, why are you crying? I smiled through tears, because Grandma finally talked to me. A few days later, I framed the letter and placed it on my daughter's nightstand, not as a reminder of grief, but as a bridge between generations, between mistakes and forgiveness. Because sometimes love doesn't end when someone's gone. Sometimes it just takes a little while to find its way home.